Good evening all. Hope you're doing well. We will do a slightly earlier than normal update. Normally these go out late at night, but this time's okay, I think. We've had a bit of quite considerable chop on gold, and so this move here, while it looks like they went long, this is actually them going less short, I think, because what happened is that they had sold it, and then this move had crushed them. So that move there, even though it looks like they're going long, it would be less short because they basically were bearish, and this big move had crushed them. I think we're talking like a $40 move, so it probably would have crushed some retail traders out. And so we had like a knee-jerk reaction, and then they got out at a loss, and then we saw some retail traders short. They went short. So that while this is less short, this is more short. So we had a big chop. That itself, that move there, is bullish. Okay, so we created a box. You can't blame them because we've had a big heavy candle. They were looking at that and thinking, oh, well, I was short. Perhaps I shouldn't have got out. I've got out a loss. I'll sell again. And of course, them selling it has created a punishment box. So it creates a demand. When the masses sell, we create a demand, and when they buy, it creates a supply. Say, for example, here, they start to go long. So, up here. Therefore, we should be above this box, and up we go. And we'd have to look at the order book. Perhaps we can look at that tomorrow, and we can see where the stops are. There's going to be some at 3,100, I think. The crowd love their round numbers. S&P, we're actually currently RSL because we're above 50%, and they're shorted here, but we've had this horrible whipsaw. And there is something that needs to be brought to your attention is the auto tariffs that Trump's going to try and implement or he probably will implement. It's a 25% tariff, and the USA imports $220 billion worth of cars into the country, and that's 7.6 million cars. So Trump wants to obviously offset some of that money that the Americans are spending on their imports, and it is an astronomical number. It's $220 billion. So that tariff, that 25% of that, is a large amount, which the American government will save. I don't know if it will be passed on to the average American car owner, but the USA will save 25% of that $220 billion, which is a lot. But in a way, Trump's right because they're paying too much. But of course, by having this tariff, it's going to impact countries like Germany because of the BMWs and Mercedes, high-end sports cars. You've got your Japanese cars, Nissan, Toyota. So these countries are going to be impacted a lot by these tariffs. So we have to remember there's fundamental things that are going on in the world. But there's a lot of money, $220 billion that are being spent every year on cars in the USA. But I don't think that saving will be passed down to the public, but maybe it will. So it's just something to bear in mind. Okay, so that's probably this horrible chop that we saw. It might have been to do with that. There's no reason for it if we look at the sentiment. Only so much is that it might have been a ruse. So he fell quite heavy, and then they shorted it the next hour, and so we had this move, and then we just reversed it. So I think for me, if I was to trade this, I'd wait until we go into green, and then you get the crossover, and then you'd look for a long. Right now, we shouldn't. Probably should be falling because we need this to come back into its buy territory. They need to be selling, and I think maybe the only way that they're going to short it is if it does look like it's going to fall. So this might be a little bit of a bogus candle, and we need to probably break that low. If we do, they'll probably end up selling it, and then we'll be back green for Friday close going into the weekend. So tricky, very tricky that one right now. US 30, so they've gone long here. Right, so we've got like a basically box side by side. They've gone long here. Yep. So quite a bit of chop on these boxes. These are boxes are from where they've gone long or they've gone short. So we chopped a lot. So we've got like an overlap. What's better is we have something like this, a nice clean move, and then it doesn't look back, and then you profit from that. Had you caught that, it would have been great. Yeah, potentially 1,000 points. I think it was like 42750, 41750. It's 1,000 point rally from that crossover. Okay, so what you ideally want to do is perhaps maybe avoid the sideways stuff, wait for it to have a nice clean move against its MA, and then it goes, and up we go. So currently we should be below that box because they've gone long. Because they've bought it, we should be falling. So that's again tricky. DAX is now sideways. We haven't had the crossover. It looks like we have. We would have had, but we haven't quite. I was saying that we were going to get the crossover this morning and they were going to sell it, but they didn't. And now they've just gone sideways. So this is the last crossover. So that's still got a bearish look for it because that's the last known crossover, like I say, and we've come down since. So if they decide to buy this, we will fall. Okay. And so just so you know, I'm going to take Monday off because I've been putting a lot of hours. And the old QDB bot 1.0 has had its risk management looked at and it's been addressed. We're now scalping on a 20 pip TP and like a 9 to 10 pip SL. So we're going to try and get a 2.25 R. So we're only looking to get 20 pips out of the market with a tight stop. Before we would have like a large stop loss and a large TP, but the chops was just basically meaning that we're just going to the SLCs. And yeah, see, when you see these green arrows, we had the confirmation that we were going to go higher, but it just ended up well, actually, we wouldn't have taken out the stop loss cluster. We'll come down to take the stop loss cluster. All right, we're taking this one, so we'll come and get this one. And now we're taking this one, we'll come down and get this one. So all it's interested in from this point here, it just wanted SLCs. Because we'd taken the one below today. Yeah, that was earlier. Okay, so that was late last night, 8 o'clock last night. Probe, and then probe. Because we've taken this one, we'll probably come down to this one. So I think what we need to do, I was thinking about having wide stops to counter this nonsense. But the danger is, of course, we may see continuation and it will just be bad, basically. So we're going to scalp it until we get some clarity, and then we can maybe go back to having like wide SL, wide TP. But currently, from this point, from this high, it just wanted SLCs. And you could probably argue maybe the big fish had made their profit because it really moved. We've really moved like a crazy amount. And it didn't really retrace too hard to the downside. It just continued higher. So it could have been profit taking, and then hence why we're just kind of going sideways and we're chopping and we're just taking SLCs just to rinse retail traders and probably to get them out as well because they do cause a lot of skew. It's also worth noting that GameStop is down 25% today. That's a meme stock that the Reddit guys are pumping, or they used to. So obviously that falling is having a bit of a crush on the retail traders as well. And that's it. So that's going to wrap up this week. I'll be back on Sunday for the COT data. I'll be away on Monday. The bots will be running. I've got 5 machines running in parallel. They'll still be going. Test machine 4 and test machine 5 are going to be the really good machines. 1, 2, and 3 are going to be good tests that we just want to see the results of. But 4 and 5 have got checks in and it's going against the herd, so it should be profitable. And that's it. So I'll wrap up now, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow in Discord. And if you're not in Discord, you can always contact me on Telegram or even email me as well, and I can get it back to you on email if you want. And that's it. So I'll speak to you guys soon. Morning, guys. So I'm not sure if you are aware, but we have an a ability for you to join for free at QuasiDB, and you can unlock Discord in its entirety and all those channels and the bank forecasts and our community, trade setups, the robots, and you can also have me as well for support if you need, and also the spreadsheet as well. And the spreadsheet is enormous and it's really, really powerful. And it's even got a thing where it's got predictive sentiment in the spreadsheet now. So it can predict the future, pending that the crowd hold, of course. They may not hold. If they flip-flop, it's not ideal. But if they hold, then we can predict what they're going to do, which is really cool because we have a thing called the future bubbles. So if you were interested in unlocking all of that stuff, you create an account at IC Markets, and what you'll need to do is just simply click the link. It's campaign for 55485, and you'll come here, and it'll store a little cookie on your computer to say that you've used that URL, and then you just simply say, you fill in the information, and you say, I'd like to join. Hi, I would like to join campaign. If I can spell it, 55485, and can you merge my live account with this campaign ID? If I can spell it. And then that's it. Then you'll fill in the information. Obviously, it did ask for the name, but that's obvious. You will fill that in, and then you'll speak to the AI bot, and then you'll type that in, and then that will get the ball rolling. And so let me know once you've done this, once you've funded your account, and then I'll send you the sheet and give you Discord unlock. But I will need to see activity on that account. You can't just have live funds in there and not use it. Okay, so just a quick plug there for IC Markets, and it is without a doubt the best broker I've ever used, and you can see that is absolutely insane as well. 200,000 happy active clients, and the support is fantastic. I've never had any issues whatsoever with their support. The sign up is easy, and the withdrawals are easy as well because it has PayPal and various schemes as well, credit card, debit card, Skrill, Apple Pay, and that's it. So it's an option, and all you're going to just simply do is just tell them that you want to join the campaign ID 55485, and whether or not you can merge my live account or your live account with this campaign ID, and then they'll say, yep, I'll put you through to a human, and then you may have to repeat that, and then they'll say, oh, can you email this address, and then you'll email that address, and then they'll have a record of your account officially wanting to merge with this campaign 55485. Okay, just a quick one there if you were interested in unlocking all the stuff that we provide for free. Okay.